Everybody, welcome back to Comm Chats. I'm Addie, here to break down a theory for this week to help make communication more applicable to your everyday life. Today we're going to be talking about bona fide groups, which is a theory posited by Linda Putnam and Cynthia Stohl. To briefly explain, the bona fide group theory states that groups can occur naturally unless in a simulation or laboratory environment, and they are not separate from their environment. Bona fide groups are also characterized with two main characteristics: permeable boundaries, which means that groups are a part of other groups and whose in and out is frequently changing and evolving, and interdependence with its environment or context, meaning that it is both influencing the context and being influenced by its context. The bona fide group theory also posits this idea of liminality, or moments when the group is in transition of adapting to the existing systems or contexts that it exists in. So why did I select this theory this week? Well, I have always been fascinated by the ways that people form, maintain, and fall out of groups with such seeming fluidity. This theory also entertains the intersectionality of groups, which I love, because people are commonly a part of many different groups whose members may or may not overlap or even directly contradict each other. As a personal example, my friend group formed in the small group communication course that I took last year. A friend group of 4 people is actually still a friend group, and now we exist within the bigger group of our human comm theory course, which just shows you that groups can be within other groups. I'm also fascinated as to how bona fide groups shape other groups during their formation. How do they kind of convince or push others away from certain members, and do the groups cause the deterioration of other groups? Let's look at the overall merit of this theory. Scope-wise, it's very broad and deals with all groups outside of a vacuum setting. Logically, it is consistent all the way through. It is very heuristically valuable. Stevenson, Beck, and colleagues actually compiled 50 different studies on bona fide groups, as referenced within our course textbook. It is quite parsimonious, quite simple. Utility is really within any group-based study. Testability, same as the Stevenson-Beck point, really. And test of time, this study was first published in 1990, the theory rather, and then was republished again in 1996, so I'd say it stood the test of time quite well. Research that I am interested in terms of this particular theory, 2 different avenues. Firstly, group deterioration being caused by the permeable boundaries, or how adding certain group members will force others out of the group. And second, how formation of online friend groups is affected by the bona fide perspective, or entirely not affected, which I think is a possibility as well. I'm not sure if it counts as being in a vacuum or a laboratory setting, or if it is subject to the exact same rules as a in-person, face-to-face group. To conclude, today we've discussed Putnam and Stohl's bona fide group theory, its 2 key characteristics, its merit as a theory, and potential future research directions for it. Looking at group formation and maintenance, whether in a corporate, blue-collar, or even an academic setting, can actually tell us a lot about what direction groups are heading in from their very beginning. Thank you all for watching this week. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to tune in the next couple weeks for another theory vlog. Thank you.